Hey everyone, welcome back. So, Season 2 of The Last of Us has officially wrapped up, and wow, what a finale. Did anyone else feel the tension in that last scene? It honestly took me right back to the edge of your seat moments from episode 2. But I've got to say, as much as those final minutes were packed with emotion, surprise, and some seriously strong performances, I couldn't help but feel like something was missing. 7 episodes just didn't feel like enough time in this world, right? Let's dive into the ending, the big character moments, and what it all could mean for Season 3. First off, let's talk about that ending. The main feeling I got was devastation, pure, relentless devastation. There's this hunger for revenge, a sense of terror, and this idea that pain is just a part of life in this world. Even when characters get their revenge, it doesn't actually fix anything. Did you notice all the parallels between Ellie and Abby? Ellie gets called selfish and narrow-minded, and it's true, she's so focused on her own mission that she's willing to risk everything, even her friends. But then you look at Abby, and she's doing pretty much the same thing. She abandons her wolf community, puts Owen and Mel in impossible situations, and asks them to risk their lives for her personal mission. It's basically the same thing Ellie does with Dina and Jesse. What's wild is how Ellie's character is so contradictory. On one hand, she says she doesn't care about the community, especially when Jesse tells her he didn't vote to go after Abby because it wasn't best for everyone. But then, in the next moment, she's willing to risk her life for a fight, even when it's just her and Jesse against 6 wolves. So does she care, or is she just driven by pure emotion? Her decision to go after Abby across a stormy sea, instead of helping Tommy, really surprised me. And did anyone else notice she never even asked about Shimmer? That tunnel vision is real. Ellie's so focused on revenge, she can't see anything else. Death is everywhere in this episode. Take the way Nora died. Ellie is shocked at how easy it was to beat the information out of her, then just sit there and watch her die. Dina says maybe Nora got what she deserved, but Ellie isn't so sure. She's starting to see the cycle. Joel did to the Fireflies what Ellie's now doing to Abby's friends, and what Abby did to Joel. No one's better than anyone else, they're all just stuck in this endless loop of violence. This theme keeps going right up to the aquarium scene. Owen and Mel refuse to tell Ellie where Abby is, and after Owen is shot, Mel is left to die slowly. The twist? Mel is pregnant. That's why she didn't want to go behind enemy lines with Abby, she wanted to protect her child. Ellie, realizing what she's done, breaks down. She sees Mel as Dina, someone just trying to survive and bring new life into a world that seems determined to destroy it. It's a brutal moment, and it hits Ellie hard. She's just prevented an innocent life from ever seeing the world, and she can't help but imagine if it were Dina in Mel's place. Tommy and Jesse find Ellie as she's reflecting on her actions. Back at the rendezvous, Ellie comes to a painful realization: she may never find Abby, but she has to look to the future and make peace with the revenge she's already taken. Jesse, meanwhile, is desperate to get home. He suspects something's up with Dina and thinks he's about to become a father. Then, in one of the most abrupt and shocking moments of the season, Jesse is shot dead by Abby as he opens a door to help Tommy. The parallels between Ellie and Abby are impossible to ignore. Abby lost her father, Ellie lost her father figure, Abby lost her friends, and now Ellie's lost hers. Abby thinks Tommy is responsible for the deaths of Owen, Mel, and Nora, but Ellie confesses it was her. The line "I let you live and you wasted it" hits hard, and then, gunshot. The screen cuts to black. Did Abby shoot Ellie? Personally, I don't think so. Remember, Dina was also in the room, and we never saw where she was. Could this be a red herring? Maybe Dina fired the weapon. We're left in darkness, forced to wonder. Then, after that tense silence, we cut to Abby waking up inside a football stadium settlement, complete with a farm, crops, livestock, and a thriving community. The real twist? The words "Seattle Day 1" appear on screen. Just as rumored, Season 3 looks set to be all about Abby's perspective, her time in Seattle, what she did after killing Joel, and why she abandoned Isaac Dixon's mission. Will we finally see what drove her to this point? And here's a big curiosity gap. Does this mean no Ellie in the new season, at least for a while? Or will we circle back to that gunshot scene in the finale? So many questions, and all the answers are waiting in season 3. Alright, here's my honest review. The last few minutes of the finale? Fantastic, tense, emotional, and full of payoff. But the rest of the episode felt choppy. Ellie just seemed to show up wherever she wanted, whenever she wanted. Jesse and Tommy appearing out of nowhere, especially in the middle of a horrific storm, felt too convenient. And the Seraphite scene, where Ellie washes up on shore, what was the point? We already knew the island was being invaded. Ellie just happening to survive and escape so easily didn't build tension for me, it actually broke it. Plus, her boat and weapon were untouched, which just didn't feel realistic. Honestly, this was probably the episode where I liked Ellie the least. I'm not sure if the show wants me to root for her or not. She keeps making reckless decisions, like wanting to save the Seraphite and almost exposing herself, or nearly firing at 2 wolf members loading a boat. Jesse even calls her out for being selfish, and it's hard to disagree. One of the biggest flaws this episode was how much the characters seemed to teleport everywhere. Tommy and Jesse just show up, then make it back instantly, despite the chaos. The whole season was about traveling and exploring, but suddenly, none of that seems to matter. Looking back, I have to say this season was a step down from season 1. The first 2 episodes were strong, and episode 6 had real power, but Joel's absence was deeply felt. On one hand, it made the world feel immersive, we were mourning Joel right alongside the characters. On the other, it hurt the show's quality, leaving us mostly with Ellie and Dina, and honestly, Ellie was hard to like this season. Dina, too, never really clicked for me. The performances were solid, but the story just didn't grip me. It felt like Ellie's thirst for revenge took a back seat to her romance with Dina, and her emotions only kicked in when it suited the plot. But here's where I'll leave you with a little hope, I actually think season 3 could be more interesting than what we just saw. Getting inside Abby's mind, seeing what she endured in Seattle, and understanding her choices could breathe new life into the series. For now, though, it looks like we're saying goodbye to The Last of Us for at least 2 years. 7 episodes after a 2-year wait? That's rough. I'm hoping we get 8 or maybe even 10 episodes next time, this world deserves it. So, what did you think of this episode, and the second season as a whole? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I want to hear your theories, your frustrations, and what you hope to see in season 3. If you enjoyed this breakdown, give the video a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives and reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, where we'll be ready for whatever heartbreak, hope, and surprises The Last of Us throws our way.